Hey everyone, it's JD again, Mike's camera guy. Today we want to share with you a video update which we received recently from a partner of ours in Puerto Rico. His name is Angel Reyes, and we were encouraged to hear some of the stories of his ministry there. Through the generosity of our supporters, we've been able to supply him with many cases of the Spanish copy of the Good and Evil book, and he's been distributing those, and we were just really encouraged to hear some of those stories. Thought we'd like to share them with you. And if you'd like to pray for him, recently Puerto Rico was hit by a pretty bad hurricane, and he's continued to minister through that, and so you can keep him in your prayers that God would just continue to provide the things he needs and enable him as he and his family minister there.
This is Angel Reyes, your chaplain in Puerto Rico, a federal police chaplain, and I'm here with the 𝙢𝙤𝙘𝙝𝙝, the Good and Evil. It's an awesome Bible. This Bible has impacted thousands of people throughout the island in Puerto Rico. And these thousands of Bibles that you send us go out throughout the island, throughout the 78 municipalities in the island. We move all over the island in our mission truck over there, Joshua. And we impact families everywhere. That's my parrot Rita that's speaking over there. Don't pay no mind to her. We live up in the mountains up here in front of 𝙢𝙤𝙘𝙝𝙾. Show them 𝙢𝙤𝙘𝙝, Javier, so they can see it up there. 𝙢𝙤𝙘𝙝 is the only tropical rainforest from the United States. We have it here in Puerto Rico, and we live up in front of it. We travel all these mountains. We go with people when no one goes. We go to residential areas which are crime infested. There's a lot of crime there, a lot of necessities, a lot of families in need. Section 8 families and so forth. And we go to senior citizens homes. We go to drug rehab programs. We have one just behind us, back there in the mountain, back there where those houses are. 𝙢𝙤𝙘𝙝𝙗. We impact them almost every Wednesday. We go over there. They get new guys coming in. These guys come in from the Bureau of Prisons in Puerto Rico. They get there and they have to serve at least their last year and a half. Because of their good behavior, they send them off here, and they have a tracking device on them. And we go there and give them services, and we take them Bibles. We take them 𝙢𝙤𝙘𝙝𝙗. They love it. This is the only Bible I'm allowed to distribute there, by the way, or in the prisons. Because the regular Bible with the paper, due to the fact it's not laminated, they roll it up and smoke it, marijuana, in the prisons. And it's sad, but that's exactly what they do. They smoke the Bible. This Bible, they can't smoke because the paper is laminated and won't burn the way they want it to burn. So we're allowed to distribute this Bible. We go to the prisons. We go to senior citizens' homes. Yesterday, we impacted a senior citizens' home here, 38 senior citizens, and the staff. And the staff was impacted. It was about 3 or 4 young ladies there that worked there. They were going through serious situations. One of them wanted to commit suicide, and then there was an older woman who also wanted to commit suicide, and we prayed for them and we pulled them aside, convinced them that that wasn't the best choice, that the best road to salvation is through Jesus Christ, not by killing yourself or taking your life. And the Good and Evil is awesome because, you know, it has all the Bible stories right from the very beginning, you know, all the way to the book of Revelation and the story of the Exodus and Moses and everything, Elijah. And I've read it myself, my kids, and we love it. And we take it to schools also. I've impacted many schools which are now implementing the new policy of gender equality, and it's also happening in the Department of Justice. We impact government offices. We go everywhere. I think I'm the only federal police chaplain, by the way, that is allowed inside the Veterans Administration, and we actually impact these people. We impact the veterans. We went down, ever since Maria, we have hurricanes, we've had earthquakes, we got the pandemic. We've been all over the island. Went to 𝙢𝙤𝙘𝙝𝙗. We impacted the military that was there, helping the people of 𝙢𝙤𝙘𝙝, but they were also being impacted because while they were there, the earth kept shaking. So it's rough, you know, when you run into people that, you know, we're human beings. And I was in the military for many years, and you fear. No matter what, you're always looking up for for a source of strength, somebody who will protect you, somebody who will guide you. And veterans and soldiers need that. They need that a lot, especially on your extra time when you got your only free day off or whatever. Sometimes you don't have nothing else to do, and they resource to drinking or alcohol or other situations, and they get stressed out, and a lot of them even commit suicide, and that's sad. And I know I was an NCO, non-commissioned officer in the United States military, in the Army, and traveled around the world with my kids. They're all born around the world. I got six kids, and that's our team. That's our team. My wife Sandra, she's a chef. She's a certified chef, and we provide food for the body and food for the soul. She brings a plate of food, and with every plate of food, we hand out a Bible of 𝙢𝙤𝙘𝙝. But we've got awesome testimonies of people that we've impacted, young kids. There was 2 little girls in a house, and they kept yelling, "I want one, I want a Bible, I want a Bible," in Spanish, just right over this mountain here, La Fermina, closer to Las Piedras, the next town. And they kept yelling, "I want a Bible, I want a Bible," because we were handing them out to the kids in her community, in her village over there, La Fermina. And I told them, "Well, tell Mom and Dad to bring you out." And she said, "Mom and Dad are not here." And I said, "Excuse me?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm coming out anyway." She opened the door and came running out, and with her little sister. She was only 4 years old, and the little sister was 3. And I was surprised her parents weren't there. Wow, I get impacted, you know. We ended up staying there with them, and we walked around the entire community till we finally found her mom. She was in a rap party, one of these reggaeton parties, and we convinced her mom to come back to the house. She was crying. She thought I was social services. She thought I was going to put her in jail. We ended up praying for her children. She promised she would never leave her kids ever alone again. The neighbors were all there, and we ended up praying for everybody, taking Mom back to the house with the kids, and handing out a Bible to everyone that was there. And it's impacting when you see people cry, and you know, they bow before the Lord and accept Jesus right in front of you, because they were impacted by the moment that just occurred. You know, the Holy Spirit comes with us, and he travels everywhere we go, and that's amazing. You know, Jesus is doing some amazing things with this Bible, 𝙢𝙤𝙘𝙝, and we just wanted to share that with you guys. There's so many stories. I mean, so many things we impact. There was another veteran who turned around and tells me, "I can barely see the letters, so I don't understand the stories." And, you know, they confusing because it has no pictures. And when they see this, they go, "Wow, this is awesome. This has pictures. I can read this." I had one guy in a government office who, happened to be the weekend just before Father's Day. And he told me, "You just gave me the greatest Father's Day gift." His wife and children go to church, but he never went to church. He always condemned it, always bad mouthed the church. He said he couldn't go to church or nothing. And he's a comic book fanatic. His wife always told him, "You're always just looking at comic books. Why don't you take time to read the Bible?" He said, "Because it doesn't have pictures like a comic book." And I ended up going to that office, and I preached to them because I was invited by his boss. And we handed out the Bible, and when he got the Bible, he started crying. And he came up to me and he tells me, "You know what? You just gave me the greatest gift a father can get on Father's Day." He said, "I've always criticized my wife because the Bible never had pictures like a comic book," because he was a great comic book fan. Captain America, the Hulk, all that. But he wouldn't read the Bible. And when he seen this Bible, he was amazed. When I told him, "Hey, read the back, Danny Bellinelli," he was the artist, the graphic artist for Stan Lee, Marvel Comics. You know, he did Captain America, the Hulk, all that you read. He also did this Bible. He's a servant of God. And Michael Pearl, thank you. I told him, who this minister is. The story's here. When he read it, he just started crying. Asked me that he told me he wanted to accept Jesus right there on the spot. He accepted Jesus on the spot. He said he was going home to ask his wife for forgiveness and his children for never having served the Lord and for having tied his tongue. Because that's what he did when he told his wife, the Bible doesn't have any comic book pictures. I told him, well, you're wrong. Here you go. Jesus told him, you're wrong. And he enjoyed this Bible. That's just one of many thousands of testimonies we had around the island. We're going to keep impacting. We're impacting all over the island. We don't stop. Right now, we're building a facility behind me. Javier, you can show us. This is our house. Show the house first. This is where we live. This is our humble home from here over. We haven't finished the house that way. So this way, we're building the stairs down into our new facilities that we're building. And we spend a lot of time there on the weekends, on Saturdays mostly. And what we're doing is, it has a kitchen and it has a storage facility. And from there, we go out and we impact all over the island. That's where we store the Bibles you guys send until we go out and impact. Right now, the kitchen facilities has everything. It's got kitchen counters, refrigerators, freezers, everything that we purchase. We usually purchase food. And Sandra cooks between 200-300 meals. And we just go out. We just go out and take a plate of food. Food for the body, food for the soul. And we call that Jehovah Jireh. Yeah, God will provide. God will provide. And when we reach people's homes and you see the necessities of people just start crying and say, you know, like the young girl there in Anton Ruiz, she was going to commit suicide. We knocked on the door and she opened up the door and she said, who are you, a Jehovah's Witness? And I said, no, I'm a federal police chaplain. And she turned around and she said, what do you need? And I said, I just want to give you a plate of food and a Bible if you permit me, if you allow us to give you this. And she turned around and just dropped on her knees and started crying. And I said, what's wrong? And she said, last night I was going to commit suicide. I was going to hang myself. I'm a diabetic. I was living in the streets and my cousin picked me up because my father kicked me out of this house 7 years ago. And she told me, you got to go back. She was living all the way on the other side of the island, Barceloneta. She goes, I won't go back. Dad doesn't want me there. She said, no, your dad passed away. You inherited the house. And she was so shocked. She said, yeah, I'm going to take you over there because I'm leaving to the United States tomorrow. All I could do is leave you in the house. I got $25 I can give you, but that's about it. And she left her in the house with $25, no furniture, no food, no nothing. And the next day we knocked on the door. She said that day when she left her that night, she was so hungry. She was starving. She remembered that she used to go to church when she was younger. And she turned around and she said, Lord, please give me your word to eat. Give me something. But I am hungry. I'm a diabetic and you know it. And I told her, you know what? Joshua 33:3 says, you call unto me and I will answer. And I will show you the mysteries. And sure enough, that's what she did. And the next day, she said, I knocked on the door and here I am offering her a Bible. Exactly what she asked God for. And a plate of food. And she just wrapped her arms around my wife and myself and just started crying. And at that very moment, my sister-in-law called from Guayama and told my wife, I need to talk to you. She goes, no, I don't have time right now. We're attending a very unique case. This young lady was going to kill herself. She doesn't have no furniture, no food, no nothing. She said, don't hang up. The next door neighbor's giving away all her furniture because she's leaving to the United States. And I said, oh my God. God not only answered her call for a Bible and a plate of food, but he answered her call for all the furniture she needed. We ran all the way across the island, got her furniture, and brought it all back. That young lady accepted Jesus that same day, and she eventually got herself on her feet, and she moved to the United States. That's just one of the many testimonies that we have. And it's amazing. It's just amazing what God does. And what the Lord's been doing with this. Just keep anointing these Bibles. I know you guys are. We anoint them when they get here. And I know they have the anointment from your ministry over there, No Greater Joy. And we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. because this goes out throughout the island everywhere we go. People all look at us and they said, how much is the Bible? And I said, it's free. And it goes, really? Yeah, it's free. It's free. We don't sell this. We give it away. We give it away to everyone who wants one. There's young children, adults, senior citizens. Like I said, we impact everyone we can. In the prisons, we visit the prisons. We visit everywhere. Everywhere. City Hall. I get into City Hall. They invite me sometimes over. They got new employees. Hey, we got a new guy. Can you bring a Bible for him? And I said, sure, we can do that. And here we are. So God bless you guys, and thank you for everything you're doing. I just wanted to send this video out to you guys and let you know who I am and what we do and what our ministry is. My wife's a chef and I'm a chaplain. And we got food for the body and food for the soul. Thanks to you guys. God bless you, and get a big hug and prayers from us here in Puerto Rico. We love you. Thank you.